gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, kicking it back to some more Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel content. Today we're going to do something a little different. I probably don't think I'll do this too much going forward, but I realized I'm still in the silver ranks, and I really wanted to do something for Yu-Gi-Oh! So I figured, hey, why not? Let's change up the content just a teeny bit. So today I kind of want to talk about Master Duel's newest update. So the Duel Pass reset, we got a new rank season that actually started like 2 days ago. So I still counted along with this update. And then we got two new packs. Two new selection packs filled with a bunch of new support. One over here, which is filled with a bunch of synchro support. And then over here, it's kind of a little more miscellaneous, I want to say, but it's got some designated support with these cards here, the Despians, with just like a few other things kind of like sprinkled in here, like the Starving Venomy Dragon and all that stuff. So I kind of want to talk about them real quick and then talk about like my overall thoughts on this update and how I feel about Master Duel going forward. Like what I feel like the game, like how I feel like the game's future is looking, because I have some opinions on it. So without further ado, let's get in. We're gonna start with Beyond Speed. This pack, if you're a synchro deck player, is absolutely phenomenal just for this card right here alone. This card is a level 10 that needs one tuner and one non-tuner. So it's splashable in any deck. Any deck can run this card. Once per turn, you can target one card on the field and destroy it. This is a once per turn thing. Sure, it's not a quick effect, but you can use this on either on either player's turn. Once while face up on the field, when a card or effect is activated, this is a quick effect. You can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. You can use the previous effect. You can only use the previous effect of Barone de Fleur once per turn. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can target one level 9 or lower monster in your graveyard. Return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special summon that monster. So, what makes this card so powerful is it's a once when a card or effect is activated, it is an Omni Negate. You just destroy for free. You just pop a card off the field for literally free. You can do this with continuous traps. You can do this with fucking monsters. And the last part, I don't know how much people will really be using that, but it's still really strong because it can set up further synchro plays or further special summon plays, because you're not really getting rid of this card. You're not really losing this card. She's going back to the extra deck. This card right here is absolutely phenomenal. And if you play a synchro deck, regardless of what the synchro deck is, you should be splashing this card into your deck. It is absolutely phenomenal, very strong, very powerful card. Next up, like the big highlight of this box is right here, Shooting Majestic Star Dragon. This one is definitely a little bit harder to get out. Obviously, it's level 11, but I've already played against a player today who just got this out literally turn 1, and there was nothing I could do. Majestic Dragon plus one non-tuner monster, including a Dragon Synchro monster. So, it must be first be synchro summoned. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of one effect monster on the field your opponent controls. This card gains one additional attack each battle phase for every monster in your graveyard that is Stardust Dragon or is a synchro monster with Stardust Dragon in its text. That one's a little niche, but I mean, you're gonna be playing Stardust Dragon alongside this dude anyway. Why wouldn't you be? This is a Stardust Dragon deck. You can banish this card until the end phase. This is a quick effect, and if you do, negate the activation, and if you do, banish that card. This thing right here is disgusting. This card is absolutely phenomenal. The quick effect can happen on either turn, and once again, it's an Omni Negate. It just negates anything. So you could just pop it off to the field. If I'm using the term Omni Negate wrong, I'm sorry. Feel free to correct me in the comments below. But to my knowledge, this can negate anything that gets activated off the field. So this thing right here is absolutely disgusting. And then it's got even more support with Crystal Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. You got High Speedroid Clear Wing Rider. There are so many things in this pack that's just honestly just this really boosts synchro decks. Like, and truthfully, I feel like the other pack is nowhere near as good as this pack, because just like look at all this synchro support. It refeatures both Stardust Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend. We get access to some really powerful cards, and then it brings along Stardust Synchron, and this fucking card is amazing. It's amazing. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, contribute one monster, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck for the rest of the turn, except synchro monsters. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one spell or trap card from your deck that specifically lists Stardust Dragon in its text. You can only use each effect of Stardust Synchron once per turn, and wouldn't you know it, this pack features a lot of really good support for Stardust Dragon, and a lot of really just overall very strong synchro support. So I'm not going to bother going through everything. It would just be absolutely crazy for me too. But this pack is phenomenal, and it even has floor support for Baron de Fleur, which you can actually make a pretty strong deck out of. So ultimately, I think this is the better of the two, but I'm not going to discount this other pack. There's actually some pretty interesting stuff in here. One like the Despian, I'm not even going to bother trying to say that name. During the main phase, quick effect, you could change the attack of all monsters currently on the field to 0 until the end of this turn, except level 8 or higher fusion monsters. Hey, look at this thing. If this card face up in your owner's control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can add to your hand or special summon one Fawn of Albaz or one Despia monster from your deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. So it's not a negate, but it's kind of pretty detrimental. It's during the main phase, so and you could do this at any time. It's a quick effect. It's pretty powerful, and it lasts until the end of the turn, and it offers a lot of really good support with obviously the rest of the stuff. This card, I don't really know why they threw this in here, because Sword Souls aren't here, but this is still a strong monster. During the main phase, if a monster whose effects are negated is on the field, quick effect, you could special summon this card from your hand. If your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can activate one of these effects based on where it was special summoned from. Hand, special summon one monster from your hand. Deck, draw 2 cards. Extra deck, destroy one of those special summon monsters from the extra deck. This card right here gets your opponent thinking, you know. It really makes your opponent think of what they need to do because of what you can actually gain access to. The extra deck one is detrimental because you could just pop what they summon. Sure, it's a once per turn thing, but this card is actually very strong, and I'm actually looking very much forward to seeing some decks running around and utilizing this card. This is another one. I'm not going to go crazy trying to like analyze this thing because it's a pendulum. I'm not really too keen on pendulums, but it's got the effect that while it's in the pendulum zone, any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead, except for monster cards. You're going to see this card a lot just for that alone. For a card that you could just slap down and automatically get that, you're going to see this a lot. You can reveal this card from your hand, add one other pendulum monster from your hand, or one card from your pendulum zone to its owner's extra deck face up, and if you do, special summon this card. You can only use this effect of anti-human intelligence Misaya once per turn. If another monster is normal or special summoned while you control this card, send that monster to the graveyard during the end phase of this turn. This thing is pretty strong. So we're going to take a quick, I'm not going to go over every other card either, but like, there's some pretty strong stuff in here. Like, there's some really strong stuff that all works really well. This is something another that's very strong too. This all works with the Despian cards. This is a strong pack. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's as strong as the other selection pack with the all the synchro support, but there's a lot of really good stuff in here. This is something that boggles my fucking mind. Instant fusion is limited to a 1, and they just give us this. Pay 1,000 life points. Special summon one level 6 or lower non-effect fusion monster from your extra deck, but it cannot attack. Also destroy it during the end phase. You can just get fusion tuners out for free, dude. Like, why this is not limited and instant fusion still is? I guess because instant fusion kind of gets anything, but still, this card is phenomenal. This is something else that I 1,000,000% recommend. Craft regardless. Even if you don't find yourself digging into these packs, craft this regardless. This thing is phenomenal, especially if you play a synchro deck. And then if you play a Synchro deck, craft Baron a D-Floor. Both these packs are really strong, and I'm actually really excited to see more deck lists pop up, and hopefully things shake up the meta. I think Synchros are going to really defy the meta recently. A lot of people still think they're high risk, high reward, and I kind of agree and disagree at the same time because they have so many combo options. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. So I'm really excited to see how these decks are going to perform in the meta. I have my hunches and guesses, but time will tell. Time will tell. Now, let's go ahead and talk about Master Duel as a whole. So we got 2 new packs and we got a new Duel Pass. We didn't get a new bonus pass. We didn't get a new structure deck. Hell, we didn't even get new accessories. All we got was a new Duel Pass, a new rank season, and 2 packs, with a bunch of cool cards. A lot of great cards, a lot of phenomenal cards. But I'm starting to agree with the community. I know Master Duel is, what, 2 months old? Yeah, Master Duel is only 2 months old. So the game is still new. The game is still relatively new. So I'm not going to start faulting it just yet. But I really do think that Konami needs to pick up the pace here. They really do. The festivals are fun, except for the End of Rare Festival, but I made a Twitter post about that. Follow me down below if you want to see stuff like that. The festivals are fun and niche ideas. They are. They're a great way for us to expand our brains and come up with some deck profiles to earn some gems. They're cool ideas, but like we need more, you know. And I feel like this stuff is going to come, but depending on how fast it comes, you know. The interest in this game is already starting to dwindle for the fact that content doesn't really come around all that often. You know, the game has been out for 2 months now, and so far we've only gotten 2 festivals, not a single ban list update, and finally just got 2 new packs. So, while I don't personally see a problem with that, I'm still loving this game to death. I do agree with the community that I feel like they need to speed up just a little bit because I don't want to see this game go off, and I feel if they take their time for too much longer, the interest in this game is going to get to a point of no return where people just aren't going to care about it anymore, and it's going to be like the console games, like Legacy of the Duelist and all that they released. They popped them out and did absolutely nothing with them. So overall, Master Duel is still a phenomenal game. I'm still loving Master Duel. There's still so many people creating content on Master Duel. Dada Doya, Rhyme Style, Team Samurai, Syriax every now and then, you know, like, but he does like a lot of Elden Ring stuff now too. Good for him. You know, all these content creators, those 4 that I just named, and a bunch of other content creators, myself included, we're all still playing and loving this game to absolute death. We want to see this game strive. I want to see this game strive. So, Konami, I really do think they need to pick up the pace a little bit, just a bit, you know, just a little bit more frequently with the updates. I do agree that the game is still very new, so I'm not going to fault it just yet. But you know, especially for a free game, I think that's what a lot of people need to keep in mind. You did not spend money on this game. If you did, that was a choice. But you didn't spend money on this game. This is a free game, so I'm not going to fault them. This is still a phenomenal Yu-Gi-Oh! Experience. I think everyone who has any interest in Yu-Gi-Oh! Should be playing this game. Just need a little bit faster. That's all with the content. So that's going to wrap it up for me on this video, guys. If you guys want to see more videos like this where I just talk about stuff and break stuff down, by all means, let me know in the comments down below. The next time that we hop in to Master Duel, I'm actually going to be revisiting some decks that we've gone through in the past. First off being Brotherhood of the Fire Fist, and then we're going to kind of work our way around. I made some updates to these decks, which you'll see when we get to those videos. So if you guys enjoy, you know what to do. You want to see more Master Duel content? You know what to do. Stick around, and we'll get around to it. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, regardless, with this different style of video. And I'll catch you guys later. See you.